are on the second floor of the Bottleworks Hotel. Currently, we're in the hallway. Guest rooms on both sides of us, but when the building was originally built, this was part of the bottling facility.
We are right now in the very office that I worked in here at the old Coca-Cola building.
We are currently in one of the garages. These were built in the 1930s and early 1940s to house Coca-Cola's fleet of delivery trucks. 2 of them are Penn's Mechanical Company, and 2 of them are the Garage Food Hall.
The year was 1907. Businessman brothers James and Leo Yuncker brought their bottling company to a new building in the 800 block of Massachusetts Avenue. They began bottling Coca-Cola in 1915, and soon it was evident the plant would not keep up with their ambitious plans.
The Yuncker brothers selected Rubush Hunter, one of the most fashionable architecture firms in the Midwest, to design this complex. It reflects the wealth and optimism and prosperity of Indianapolis in the 1920s. The initial designs came from Philip Weisenberg, who was the chief designer at Rubush Hunter. The Art Deco style was a sumptuous modern style in the 1920s and 1930s, and the Indianapolis Coca-Cola Bottling Company plant is by far the greatest Art Deco complex in Indiana.
The huge new plant opened in September of 1931, and the Younkers invited the whole city to their showplace of terracotta, terrazzo, and tile. The facility was expanded twice in the 1940s. By 1950, it was the world's largest Coca-Cola bottling plant. But by the mid-1960s, the Yuncker brothers had passed on, and new owner Tony Holman of Speedway fame sold the now outdated buildings to the Indianapolis Public Schools.
This was called the SCIPS building, or Service Center for the Indianapolis Public Schools. Many offices occupied the building. It's like a little city.
Building that we inherited, it needed work, but we were very fortunate that we had good custodians of previous owners, the Yuncker family and IPS, that maintained the building and a lot of the original features that were here. We did need to bring in local and regional and national artisans to replace, repair, and put a shine back to the original elements of the building.
For many years, a lot of people in downtown thought that the highest and best use would be to completely gut the buildings and turn them into a big box chain store. Indiana Landmarks knew that that was not a good use, and they advocated for higher and better use.
The staircase. It's amazing. The terrazzo floors and the brass, you're just awestruck.
If you look around when you're in here, you will see the original glazed brick walls, the original concrete slab floors, the steel trusses, and the clear story windows that have been bringing daylight into these spaces for 80-some years now.
One of our key credos in our manifesto is honoring history and creating jobs, and this really kind of aligned a lot with our underlying mission as a company. And we felt Bottleworks had that opportunity to be uniquely Indianapolis and something that the local citizens could be really proud of, and take visitors and friends here as well and say, this is Indiana, this is Indianapolis, and this is Bottleworks.
More than 90 years ago, James and Leo Yuncker anchored their community with a lavish development that reflected their dedication to the bottling craft and architecture. For almost 50 of those years, the Indianapolis Public Schools acted as a guardian for these beautiful structures. And now, we see the rebirth of an iconic landmark with these unique buildings hosting visitors from around the world. Indiana Landmarks is proud to convey the 2023 Cook Cup for outstanding restoration to Hendricks Commercial Properties for the Bottleworks Hotel and Garages.